Many pastors and preachers don't even really know the meaning of the word Christian. And many of their members are living with this error because their ideology about the word Christian is even wrong. Let's go to the origin of the word Christian. Christian was never mentioned in the Old Testament because back then the people in the Old Testament were living by the law of Moses. And the law was given to the children of Israelites in the wilderness, and they lived by this law. And this law was bringing constant death. Bible said the law brought sin and death to these people. Because of that, God had to send Jesus to them so that they can get forgiveness for their sin. And when Jesus came, Jesus started demonstrating the attribute of his Father, which is love. And Jesus, all through his ministry, his ideology was contradicting the law. Say for instance, the Pharisees and the Sadducees had issue with Jesus because he was constantly healing people on the Sabbath day, which is contrary to the law of Moses. You don't do anything on Sabbath day. And another example is the woman who was caught in the act of adultery. This woman was brought to him because they wanted to stone her to death. And Jesus told them that he that is without sin, let him be the first to throw the stone. And they could not. They all left one after the other. Those religious people, those Pharisees and Sadducees, they all left this woman. And Jesus spoke to the woman that if they have not stoned you to death, he said, go and sin no more. We can say that Jesus introduced love to the people. Jesus demonstrated love in many areas. Jesus never practiced the law with them. So the Pharisees and the Sadducees, they got angry. The word Christian was first mentioned in the book of Acts chapter 11 verse 26. The Antioch people were the one who named the followers of Jesus Christian because they saw them acting like Jesus. They saw them displaying love at all time because they were selling their land to help the less privileged, to help the fatherless, the widows, to help themselves. They didn't keep all these riches, the money they acquired, they didn't keep it to themselves. Rather, the apostles, the disciples of Jesus, were seen using that money to help people around. And these people saw the love that brought them together, and they ended up calling them a Christian, to tell us that Christianity is not a religion, it's a lifestyle. They acted like Jesus by demonstrating that same love that Jesus himself introduced to us. Who is now a Christian? A Christian is someone who has accepted Jesus as their Lord and Savior, and that person is acting like Jesus, because John chapter 13 verse 35 made us to understand. It said, by this all we know that you are my disciple, if you love one another. So a Christian is not known by dressing. A Christian is not known by going to church. A Christian is known when you love one another. That is the outward attribute of whom a Christian. That is what you should display before you can be called a Christian. Many pastors and preachers have taught their members to live according to the law of Moses, which is not scriptural, because the Israelites could not even keep the law of Moses. If you think you are able to keep the law of Moses, kindly put it in the comment section. Let us see. Because even the Israelites could not keep it. It was bringing them death at all time. Why are pastors then forcing their members to live by the law? Anyone who calls himself a Christian and still practice the law of Moses, that person is the modern day Pharisees and Sadducees. That person is never a Christian, but a follower of Moses.